How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Grind Nerd Thoughts podcast. I'm your co-host Steve again. In this episode, I'll talk about the 2021 NHL Hockey Metropolitan Preview. The first thing we'll talk about is the New York Rangers. I'm a Rangers fan. Go Rangers. So last season, they are 27-3-6 with 60 points. They fell short of the playoffs. It's very simple this year. Just win the draw. Which they literally can't for the last two seasons. Because the problem is nothing. Can you just at least win the draw by just reading your opponent for once? And no, it's not Artem Panarin, a sniper. No, it's not Mika Zibanejad. No, it's not Adam Fox. Barker Goodrow. Circle this guy. He's the player to watch this season because he's great at reading opponents off the draw, but his timing's bad. And why did he put him at left wing according to Yahoo.com hockey lines? He's not that fast. Taking back to last season, they're mostly skill and speed. And I do not like David Quinn because he has to get his players to shoot the puck. Too much passing. It's very simple. If you don't shoot the puck, you're not going to put pressure on the goaltender. Very simple. So this offseason, they had a lot of toughness. And then you have Ryan Reeves. He's your enforcer. Leads the league in hitting. Nothing else. That's what enforcers do, everybody. It's very simple. If Goodrow's not on the ice, the Rangers are in deep trouble. Very simple. You can't be effective if you don't have the puck. Because the rest of the centers are horrible off the draw. Especially Filipino. He stinks. He can win draws, but he's really bad. Everywhere. Can the Rangers please for once beat the opponent off the draw? But there's two players to watch this season. Two young guys. You have Morgan Barron. Back in college, he boasted a 58% face-on win percentage back in college. And then you have 5'9" to 5'10" Justin Richards. He has a 59% face-off win back in 2020, while he played at that college. And then we have the New Jersey Devils. They had 45 points last season, and they are 19-30-7. Another team that's horrible off the draw last year. This is going to be the same this year. And yes, to make it embarrassing, from last season, even the Rangers can win the face-off at times, and face-offs won last season. That's really, really embarrassing. So the offense is good last year. Plug-in defenseman Doug Hamilton, they scored a boatload of goals. Literally a boatload of goals. Doug Hamilton is basically an offensive defenseman. What offensive defenseman does is, in short, mean you shoot the puck from your own blue line at the start of the first puck drop. However, the Devils' defense is horrible, and their goaltending, they have to pick it up from last season up until now. I know their defense is bad, but their best defender is PK Subban. because he's a two-way defender. What a two-way defender is that you're a great defender all across the board, but you have some pop on offense all around. That's what a two-way defender does. And now the Pittsburgh Penguins. They are 37-16-3. They have 77 points last season, but ended up losing to the New York Islanders in the first round. Regardless, they're just scales be everywhere, even defense. And yes, they're still being tricky with the goaltender Luis Dominguez because he shoots right. I have a video. Just go to videos on YouTube. You can watch it there. You want to check out about Luis Dominguez. Very simple. Just body check them because they're not that physical. They're not tough as nails. And then we have the New York Islanders. They have 71 points. They are 32-17-7. So they lost in the conference final against the Lightning. The last game they lost 1-0. But to make things matters worse, the Lightning won the Stanley Cup final in the next round. As a Ranger fan, I feel bad for New York Islanders. So getting back to the Islanders, their goaltending is great, but behind Semyon Varlamov, you have Ilya Sorokin. He's young and he's 26 years old, but he has developing knowledge. The defense is great from last season, but the defense is seriously ridiculous. Yes, I mean in a positive way. Especially when you have Zdeno Chara. He's 6'9". Wow. Which means you're gonna see games like Islanders won, opponent nothing. Then 50% of the time, Islanders 0, opponent 1. But their offense is so-so, like mediocre. But come on, man, Zach Parise? He's a declining goal-scoring player, but he's still fast. This is going to be the same as last year. And why didn't they go after Vladimir Tarasenko? Because they need offensive help. They need goal-scoring help. But that ship has passed because he resigned to the Blues this year. Prove me wrong, New York Islanders. Score some goals. So then we have the Washington Capitals. They have 77 points from last year. They're 36-15-5. But they lost in the first round to the Boston Bruins. Shoot the puck some more. Offense all the time. Especially Alex Ovechkin. He's your offensive tough guy. But Nick Stahl, he's your centerman, the player to watch this season because he can win off the draw. He's great when reading opponents, but his timing is actually good. He boasted a 56% face-on win percentage, but in the playoffs, he did bad with 48%. If Nick Stahl is not on the ice, they're horrible off the draw. And Evgeny Kuznetsov, come on, man, he literally cannot win a draw. He does nothing anyway. You know, Kuznetsov is preferred as a winger because he really can't win draws. He has everything else. The defensive winners is bad. Just trick them in many different ways because they won't figure it out. Their goaltending, however, is a question mark. Who's going to mentor these two guys? Samsonov and Fencenik. And then we have the Philadelphia Flyers. They have 58 points, and their record is 25, 23, and 8. The Flyers are a great offensive team off the draw last year. They're going to be the same this year, but their defense is bad. So they pick up Sharks goaltender Martin Jones from the Sharks. But here's one question. Carter Hart struggled last season. Can you help him get better this year? This is why I do not like quantity players over quality players. And yes, their contracts are seriously ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Rasmus Ristolainen, he's overrated. You think he's great shutdown defenseman, but he's average. Their contracts, well, most players are so big, they have little cap room. What's this? And then we have Philadelphia's head coach, Alain Vigneault. He never changes his style, but never does it, even when his Flyers are struggling. Another reason why the Flyers flunked this season. And there's one signing I have to question. Keith Yandel? All he does is pass the puck. I know he's fast, but he has to learn how to shoot the puck. Too much passing. Shoot the puck, buddy. Next we have is the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have 48 points last season, and they are 18, 16, and 12. You know, last season, John Tortorella is still being strict to his players. Whenever Torts coaches to you, he never makes the job fun. And to go along with his offense IQ, it's dead. It's horrible. As a result, Blue Jackets tell Torts, you're fired. And yes, Patrick Laine, the winger sniper, hated him. Literally. But checking out the lines from both sides, and yes, even goaltending, it's not even going to go anywhere. This is basically a rebuilding year for them. So next is the Carolina Hurricanes. They have 80 points last season, and they are 36, 12, and 8. And then we have Jordan Stahl. He's your outstanding faceoff specialist. It's basically top 5 in faceoff win percentage. He's basically like Patrice Bergeron, just left-handed. So last season, goaltending is a question mark. But no problem, you got Frederik Andersen. He has size. He's your impact player. And then you have your solid backup goaltender, Antti Raanta. Bye-bye goes to Dougie Hamilton. He went to the New Jersey Devils because they're trying to clear cap space. This is why I'm an evidence guy. You'd think he's big at 6'6", but personality-wise, he's actually pretty soft, and he can't defend. And that's why I'm an evidence guy. There's more than just looks. So the Hurricanes got everything, but here's the difference. The head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes, Ron Brind'Amour, he's going to get after you on defense, and he's going to forecheck you hard. Meaning he's going to get after you hard. Like he's going to body check you hard. Regardless. Now, there's a weak spot when you try to get after offensive players. The slot's wide open, meaning the middle of the ice and at the offensive zone. Because anyone can shoot at the middle of the ice. I think for the Metropolitan Division, the Islanders are going to win the Metropolitan because good luck scoring against this Islanders defense, especially with Zdeno Chara. Good luck with that. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Grind Nerd Thoughts podcast, and that's your 2021 NHL Metropolitan preview. I'm your co-host Steve from Grind Nerd Thoughts. Sign out, everybody.